You're listening to the My Postgrad Life podcast. I'm your host, Will Musto. Today's guest is someone who's very near and dear to my own heart, my sister, Olivia. Olivia Musto is a hairstylist, content creator, and vibrant personality. Hear what she has to say about life after not finishing college, moving to new cities, and how personal image plays such a large role in today's market. Let's begin. If someone met you today and asked, hey, Olivia, what is it you do? What would you tell them?
I would tell them I am a hairstylist that does IBE hair extensions, blonding, and content creating.
And when you think of the term hairstylist, do you personally think of more than just the actual service of cutting the hair and styling? What does styling and being a hairstylist mean to you?
Well, at first, it was very technical to me. It was just about learning, how to cut hair correctly, how to color hair correctly, how to install extensions correctly. Now, I see it more in a way, it's like what works for the client. It's not more like if you're doing it technically correct, it's how it works for that client, and it's more creative than technical, honestly.
What do you think it means to the client? Because if you think about hair in general, right? And kind of anything that's very physical appearance. First impressions are made always on physical appearance.
Right.
Right? Whether we want to or not.
Facts.
And and you see, so someone goes to work, or they're going to the gym or going out with friends, and they get noticed of their hair, they get compliments. Like, what does that mean for you, kind of maybe getting heard that information, that kind of feedback back to you? Like, what does that mean to you to kind of enlighten other people, maybe with a sense of confidence, maybe with a sense of, receiving compliments? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I love that. That makes me so happy because I love to make people happy. I love to make people feel good. And if I can make someone feel really good and happy and confident just doing their hair, that will make my day. I literally have a client that I just met and I cut her hair. She wanted this like shaggy mullet haircut. And I cut her hair. It was a cut that I wasn't like super confident in, but it came out great, and I loved it. She loved it, and she texted me. She was like, "I've been getting so many compliments from this haircut." She's been giving my Instagram out to people.
Oh, nice.
So that makes me feel really, really good because I'm happy that I was able to make her happy and feel good, and I'm glad that other people see that and say, "Hey, she looks really great. I want someone to do my hair like hers."
Yeah. There's I don't read a lot, but there was a book that I read.
Okay.
I mean, we're not known for our reading here.
Right.
But there's this book that I read called Grit by Angela Duckworth.
Okay.
And in this book, there's a lot of things about just kind of what it means to be gritty and have perseverance and kind of work through things and being, when times get tough and things like that. But there's a great piece about purpose.
Yeah.
And she tells a story of, there's like an old fable of the 3 bricklayers. And 3 bricklayers are working on the same, building a church, right?
Right.
So someone goes up to the first bricklayer and says, hey, what is it you do? And he says, I'm a bricklayer. I'm laying bricks. I'm putting down the mortar, putting down the brick, right? The next one, say, hey, bricklayer number 2, what do you do? And he says, well, I'm building a church, right? And then the third bricklayer goes, bricklayer number 3, what do you do? He says, I'm building the house of God. I'm building a place of worship, right? And basically what that's meaning is they're all doing the same things. They're all technically laying down bricks, but the purpose is, maybe if we translate this over to hairstyling, number 1 is you're cutting hair. Yeah, the direct service you're providing is cutting the hair, making it a certain style, right? But the next couple steps is you're building confidence in people. You're giving them a good feeling. You're giving them, this rush of excitement and, hey, people are noticing me and things like that. And so I think that's a great message to think about any career, but it sounds like you're kind of more so in that higher tier of, there's something beyond just the physical service that you're providing. Would that sound right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's way more than just like the physical thing. It's literally how people feel.
Yeah.
Like making people feel good about themselves, like and beautiful, like especially as a woman.
Yeah.
Like that is just like the best gift you can give someone.
Yeah, and that's your selling point.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not selling haircuts. You're selling.
And I'm the kind of stylist too. I'm not like, just come in. Like, I'm not like a money machine. Like, I'm just trying to take your money. Like, no, like, I want you to like come in. I want to make you feel good. And like, that's really all that matters to me.
And just experience from my time at the salon.
Yes.
It is a whole experience. And I never realized that too. Even just the 45 minutes to an hour of being there.
Yeah.
That in itself is, I would always go to like a Supercuts, pay $20, get my hair cut. I was like, oh, I'm getting a haircut.
Right.
But having the whole thing of like going in, I'm sure, obviously we're related, so it's different. But being able to connect with the person that's cutting your hair, having the full wash, asking questions, be able to have an expert kind of like help you out, and you can be kind of open and comfortable in that moment. It's well worth the price that you're paying. It's more than just getting the hair shortened.
I mean, even just for a haircut though, you come in, you get your hair washed, that alone is like the best feeling. It's all about connecting with them right off the bat, like, and then you bring them to your chair. You really can bond with somebody, and people will open up to you. Like you will get these connections with people, which is like really, really sweet because it's like, oh my God, like you trust me with your stuff. You do form like friendships and relationships with these clients. It's great. I don't know. I love it.
Is that the same way you've always viewed it? Is there a difference between how you look at things now with your work, now compared to maybe 3 or 4 years ago? Yeah,
absolutely. I feel like when I first started, I was more focused on just making sure I was doing things right.
Yeah.
Or the right way. Now, since I have that foundation already, now it's like I can focus on, talking to the client while doing it. You learn how to multitask, But it's crazy because you can be talking, multitasking, and still be seeing things. Like you're still focused on the hair and doing the hair.
That's that's terrific. I mean, that's kind of what you want to be able to go to. You want to have somebody that you can trust. You want to have that.
Yeah.
Because it's just more than that hour.
Well, that's the thing. It's like as a stylist too, I feel like a huge part of it is like talking to people. I feel like that's more than 50% of the job is talking to your client, connecting with them, like hearing about the stuff going on in their lives, like that's a whole nother thing. And I talk to a lot of stylists that agree with me too. Like honestly, in cosmetology school, we probably should do like a psychology class or something of that sort because we'll sit there and we'll take on some, sometimes clients have some heavy things they're going through and stuff, and they will vent to us, which is totally fine, but it can be a lot on us as stylists, it's not just cutting hair, coloring hair. Yeah. That's another thing in itself.
Yeah, that is true because, people, you never know what they wake up and they have to deal with that day or what they've been going through for the week. So being able to have that trust and being able to have that mental fortitude on your side of being able to like interpret that information, be approachable with it, be respectful of the, privacy of that information, all that stuff.
And on top of that, still be happy, bubbly, professional. Yeah. So there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
And
people you wouldn't think that.
No.
People don't understand that. People just like, oh, you're just, you're cutting hair. Like, no, we're doing that too.
Yeah, there's so much beyond.
Yeah.
I want to rewind a little bit. This is a post-college podcast.
Yeah.
Kind of thing that we're doing here. And I want to go back. So you graduated high school in 2015.
Yes.
Started college in
2015.
15,
yeah.
That fall. When you originally started to attend college, what did you think that life was going to be like? What did you think like going into it, where you wanted to go, things like that?
Honestly, I wasn't super confident going into college because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had zero clue. I was just like, everyone goes to college, so I'm going to go to college. And I did. I didn't really enjoy it all that much.
What was about it that you kind of
I have always struggled learning or just being in classes and learning and absorbing information. I just always struggled in school. I can't sit still in a classroom and take in stuff. I think at the time I was going for something that I didn't really care for. I think it was like teaching, or like music teaching, and I didn't care for it. I actually wind up transferring colleges actually because I wanted to go for something else. So I wind up going to another college for a couple years. But once again, I feel like I was in the same boat where it's like I changed my major like 3 times.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was trying so hard to find something, but like I didn't know what.
Yeah.
And I was a little lost for a while until finally I hit a point where I was like, I don't like school.
Yeah.
I don't do well in school. I can't sit there all day and be taking in, this information that I do not care about. So I dropped out.
Was there any specific moment or moments that brought you that thought?
Yeah, there was actually, and I remember it very clearly.
Oh, shit.
So I was sitting with my advisor, and he was telling me that I had already been in college for I think like 3 or 4 years, and he was telling me like I'm gonna need another year of college.
Oh boy.
And I kind of was like, I don't like school. I straight up said this to him. I was like, I don't like school. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? I do not care about any of these courses I'm taking. Why am I here? And he was like, he got a little nervous. He was like, okay, like if you ever want to talk about anything. But that was really like my breaking point. I was just like, I don't like this. Why am I here? And guess what? I dropped out. That was it for me. I think that day or within that week, I resigned from all my classes, and the end of the semester, I moved back home.
Well, you're the first guest of this podcast that hasn't completed college. How old were you when that happened? 21, 22?
I believe it was 21. No, 21 or 22. I'm not too sure. I don't remember.
What was going through your mind once that happened? Like you finally jumped off and you're in the deep end now.
Yeah.
Like what is going through your mind at that time?
It was weird. It was scary, but relieving. It did kind of suck though, because, moving back home, I'm 21, 22. Everyone I know is graduating from college, growing with their careers, like really just moving on. And there I am back to square one, where I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no money. I got nothing. And I'm like, what do I do? Yeah. It was scary. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the best time.
What did you do during that time that kind of, were you able to learn some things about yourself that kind of, hey, let's get the ball rolling with something. Let's kind of keep going. I got to get something going. Yeah. Because I can't stay at 0 forever.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like during that time too in college, I did like to party a lot.
I mean, come on.
Well, right. But like, I think, after dropping out and then being home, I was kind of able to detox from all that.
Yeah.
Which I think was what I really needed. I just needed to detox from everything, kind of be on my own. I wind up getting a job for a little bit, just working at an after-school program with kids, because that was something I was actually really good with. I was always good with working with kids. Yeah. And so I got like a job for a little bit doing that. And I was teaching kids how to play ukulele for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But that happened for a few months. I dropped out in December. I was doing that for a few months, and then the pandemic happened in March. And then once that happened, I wasn't working anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I mean. Everything got thrown in the hole.
Right. And it's kind of funny because I know for a lot of people that was horrible and, a really bad time. For me, I was low-key happy because I felt like me and everyone else were kind of on the same page now. No one else was going anywhere. No one was doing anything. We were all doing nothing. Yeah. And that made me feel good. I felt like, no one else was just moving on so fast. Like I felt like I could finally catch up with everyone else.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. Because you get to, if everyone is chasing ahead, and all of a sudden you're like, obviously, God forbid, we don't want anything like that to happen.
Right. Oh, no, it was a horrible time, yeah.
Right, and it sucked. I mean, that time sucked.
Yeah.
But just having the mental pressure kind of thrown off to the side a little bit. We're like, hey, I'm not. There's something's going on where I'm no longer at the bottom. We're kind of all now back in this together. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just probably gives you a little bit of mental clarity and confidence.
Oh, yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
I actually felt kind of like okay during that time because I finally had the time to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't in a rush. We weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was finally able to like actually sit down with myself and figure out what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. What the right decision for me would be.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there's too much of a pressure on the traditional route of college in our society, schools, 100%. Just pushing through? Because there's a lot of people in that same position. They kind of go from high school, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to figure out, oh, maybe I kind of like to do this, but nobody's really... I always think about the people that are really passionate about something and kind of know what direction they want to go, like they're going to figure it out, right? They're going to go and do it. But a lot of people is, I'm not really sure what I like. And maybe the hope is that they figure it out in college, but I think a lot of people don't. And they kind of just go for something and all of a sudden they're dropped off in the world. And it's like, I have a degree, but I didn't really go anywhere with it. I don't really know anything of what I really want to do, where I want to go with this. And even a lot of people think they do have that idea. They go all 4 years, they come out, and then this is not even what I want to do.
I know so many people that have degrees and have jobs they don't even use their degree for. Mm-hmm. I think there are so many people like me. Like, I think if you know what you want to do right out of high school and you want to go to college for it, and that's great. And there are people like that. However, I think a lot of people are more like me in the sense they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they kind of get a little bit lost. They have different learning styles.
Yeah.
I have a different learning style than most people. I can't sit there and a teacher tell me information and I won't absorb it. Mm-hmm. I literally, it's like bouncing off a wall.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's more, watching someone do something, doing it myself. That's how I learn.
Mm-hmm. But do you also think, there might be a chemical makeup in your brain that does that?
Yeah,
right?
probably, yeah.
But also, do you think it's just because you were so far off from being interested in what they were saying that you didn't really even care or bother to kind of like push to learn, try to absorb what they're doing?
Yeah, I do. I think that's part of it. There are a lot of people that can still learn even if they're not interested in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not one of those people. I can only actually pay attention and learn to the things I want to learn and I like.
So then, all right, so let's continue on your journey. So then how'd you start getting into hairstyling and how'd you get involved with hair?
So during the pandemic, since everything was shut down, people like my friends, my family, they needed haircuts. Mm-hmm. And yep, like you. I think you were my first experiment.
I'm gonna put the photos too. I have a photo of the first time you cut my hair, and it was.
I was gonna ask if you had that.
It was. Yeah, I mean, we'll see the photo, but it's so short on the bottom, and then all of a sudden it's just like a cut, and like my hair's on top.
But you know what's ironic? I feel like that's in style now for guys. They get that really short and then they do like the long on top.
Yeah, it was like an undercut basically, but it was not intentional.
I was learning. Listen.
But also this is
look at how
you've
much
been cutting
I've
my hair
grown.
now for last couple years consistently.
But when was the pandemic? Whenever that was, that's how long I've been cutting your hair because I don't think you went to anyone else.
No, and now and then because we didn't live in the same place.
Right.
But as far as not bad.
That's an improvement.
All right, but continue.
No, that's cool. So yeah, everyone needed a haircut. Mm-hmm. So I just would look up some YouTube videos because it was something I actually was interested in. I have always been that person, even in high school, that my friends would come to for to do their hair, to do their makeup, for the dances and stuff. I was always changing my hair up in high school. I would color my hair all the time. I literally got most changed as my senior superlative because I would change my hair so much. So yeah, that was something I have kind of always been interested in. So when people were like, I need a haircut, like blah, 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 I was like, okay, bet. I I would YouTube videos, I would watch them, and then I kind of just would like, once again, I learned by watching something and I would go and do it. And obviously I didn't start out very good. I mean, who does? But it was something that I really was like, I love to do this. And I started thinking about a legit career, you know? You always hear about like, you know, the hairstylists from the small town, like that doesn't do, you know, that makes, you know, shit money, whatever. But I started doing research and I saw that being a hairstylist, you can actually make some decent money. And I knew that I wanted to be a hairstylist in a bigger city. Like I wanted to be in the city and, you know, so I kind of set a goal for myself. I was like, I am going to go to hair school. I'm going to do this because I enjoy doing this. I love hair. I love beauty. I found a school close to Boston. It was like a little outside of Boston because I knew I had to like push myself to be closer there because if I was there, I was going to be able to find some work or something in Boston. And I did. I remember I was in school in Quincy and there was this girl I went to school with, and she said that her salon was looking for people for like assistants at their salon. And so I applied and I got the job and I started working in Boston on Newbury Street. And I did that for a couple of years. And that's when I really got started. And that was just like, as much as it sucks being an assistant, I loved it. I loved it.
Did you get hooked right away on it?
I did, yeah. There's something about the energy in the city that, like, even though it was like a shitty job. Sorry, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Even though it was a shitty job, there was something about it that was just like being around the people, the atmosphere, like in the city, like it was something so like amazing about it. And it sparked me, it motivated me. I just literally wanted to go to work every day. I didn't care that I was commuting like an hour to work.
Yeah.
That didn't bother me because I loved working there in the city so much.
It's funny how just like a little kernel starts, you know, you're cutting hair for friends and family, and all of a sudden it's, hey, I'm going to explore this further. And maybe I can actually make a career out of this. And I remember even early on, you were saying, even if I can learn to cut hair good enough, in the future, it's like I can cut my parents' hair, I can cut my brother, sister's hair, I can cut kids' hair in the future. Just having that framework of, at the very least, I can save $30 a month per person, you know? Or so it's funny, it's just that little kernel that you never know where it launches off. Yeah. And you never, like the trajectory of where it goes. Yeah. But having that little bit where you can kind of chase after.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great skill to have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so many people are afraid to chase that little bit, that little kernel that pops up because for whatever reason, either they shrug it off and dismiss it as, maybe this is just a phase of it. Maybe this is not really something I want. But what I always say is you always have to keep going forward, right? And sometimes just you can end up in a totally different place of where you think that initial thought was going to be, but it gets you forward, right? And that's kind of sounded what you needed. You needed motion, progress, forward. And I mean, you know, that's great that you have that. And think about how quickly 5-6 years has gone by now since you started that.
Oh my God, yeah. And it's crazy how much I've changed during that time. Yeah. I'm a different person now.
Yeah. I like how you call it, I always think about you call it a pink collar
job, yeah.
Because I mean it is because it is a skill trade.
Yeah. It's trade school.
Yeah. Essentially, which is a great alternative to any college that
let me tell you something
we are not pursuing enough.
I think we normalize going to college so much that now the blue collar jobs, they're lacking those kinds of people.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like more people need to go to trade school rather than college because one, like I feel like for a lot of people it would be good for them rather than college because there are probably a lot of people like me that have a difficult time in school. Two, I know a lot of people that got their degrees, went to college, and they are struggling finding work.
Yes. Yeah.
Struggling.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of people that apply for like the same job. You know, everyone wants to work like remote and do all these like, I don't even know what kind of jobs, but like it's just, there is just more of an opportunity for people that do trade jobs, and there's really good money in it.
Well, it's all supply and demand.
Yeah.
Because the supply is so low and the demand is so high, then the price willing to be paid on those wages are therefore higher.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a friend that I met senior year of college. He's a plumber, and he didn't go to college.
Yeah.
He's I guess now the husband of a friend of mine in college, that she lived on my floor, so we met him. But yeah, he didn't go to college. He was just going to trade school, and he got his apprenticeship in plumbing, and now he has his license, and he's has his own business now at the same stage as where we finish off college. That's just, you got to think about that.
Of course.
You got to think, and you can't dismiss it. You can't dismiss it at all. It doesn't have to even be a passion, but maybe there's something in there that you like. Maybe there's something in there that makes sense to you, or just is a better alternative to school.
But for me too, it's like, I don't know what you do for work. I mean, I do, but like,
Still doesn't know what I do for work.
but like, I just know you sit in front of a computer all day, punching in numbers, shit. I don't know. I could not do that all day. I need to be walking around. I need to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Because like, if I'm not busy and I'm not like doing things physically, I just feel like I don't feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I don't feel good. So that's one thing that I'm like, okay, like, and I kind of always knew that. I'm like, I will never have a job where I'm just sitting in like a cubicle all day, like on the computer. Like, I would kill myself.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
But everyone's different. That's the thing.
No,
we
that
need
is
people
everyone.
like you. We need people like me.
That is true. That is very true.
We can't all be the same.
We can't. We would not have a functioning society if we were all the same.
Exactly.
If all of our minds worked the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time, how different our minds work. And sometimes you have a hard time comprehending how my mind works and vice versa.
It's true.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's what makes us very different. My life works for me. Your life works for you.
Yeah. We think about it all the time. I work on the 9th floor of like a glass office building. And Nashville is very heavy in new construction, right? So they're building up apartment buildings all the time.
Yeah.
And from the 9th floor, I'll like look out the window and you can see a new building being put up. And part of my job is looking at banks giving loans to build kind of complexes like that.
Yeah.
So you think about, well, like I'm watching them, these guys construct it, do the actual work, right? That's the blue collar tradesmen, like they're the construction workers. They're actually building this thing from the ground up. They already built the building that I'm standing in.
Yeah.
They're building this thing from the ground up.
Yeah.
And my job is to look at the money that's being wired, you know, to make sure that's getting complete on time. The bank's getting repaid. It's just weird, the physical construction compared to the construction side that I'm looking at, but it all has to work hand in hand because you can't have that kind of construction without the bank loans.
Yeah. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's in a weird, and I don't know how we got, that's just the crazy thing about human society.
Yeah.
How do we get to that point?
I know.
In like evolution where, there was ancient civilizations and they were building things, but now we're at a point of, all these complexities moving around, and everyone relies on each other.
Well, because I feel like it first started off physical. I feel like everyone was kind of doing the physical work, and then as we evolve, we're like, okay, well, we need someone in charge of this, and I think it's like kind of slowly you start finding those people that are actually good at like doing like the financial part and just like things like that. I don't know, but I do agree. I think that there's a thing for everyone to do in this world.
Yeah. And I can bet you, though, hairstylists have existed way more or have existed for a much longer time 100%. Than my job ever has, than any consulting work has ever had.
Yeah.
It's just...
And guess what? Well, my job will never be taken over by AI, so I will always have a job.
Maybe.
Girl, that would be scary. I would not trust a robot with my hair.
Maybe they'll make machines that will go over your head.
I like see things like that sometimes. No, have you ever seen those videos?
No, I haven't.
Okay, there are videos like that, and I think
are they real or are they?
I think they're fake. I think they're like AI, but like still, even if they were real, I personally would be terrified to stick my head in one of those machines.
Yeah.
A machine with like scissors, You're gonna fuck
That's-
up your
yeah.
head. That's scary.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI can't take over art either. You
That's
know?
true.
They
You're-
can't.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, you were talking about during COVID, right? Think about everything shut down. People's hair still grows.
Yeah.
People need to look.
I remember.
You can't show up to your Zoom call looking like a homeless person. You know?
No, exactly. I remember too, like because I started working at that salon, like maybe it was more towards the end of the pandemic, but like, and that was kind of crazy too. But like, I remember just hearing the stories, like everyone wanted their hair done.
Yeah.
Everyone wants their hair done. You know, that's just something that like needs to get done because you're right. Like you want to be looking at the Zoom calls, like looking like a crazy person.
Yeah.
You know, you want to look tamed and like done.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that point.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about, you know, we were already talking about how being a hairstylist is more than just the service you're providing.
Yeah.
Right. And there's the personal aspect of it, kind of that psychological aspect of it, listening to people talking, conversing. What about the side of, as far as building a business and building a brand for you? Mm-hmm. How do you view that? Because you are, at the end of the day, you're selling yourself. You're your own business, right? So how do you go about that? Thinking, you know, hey, I gotta sell my work because I'm responsible for my clients that I get in.
Right. Yeah. So I think a huge part of that has to do with social media and creating content. So I'm super into posting videos and showing my personality too. So people who are, you know, considering booking with me can see like, okay, this is the person you're going to get, you know? So I think a huge part of it, yes, it's obviously how you do hair and like your, you know, if you do good hair or whatever, but it's also about like, okay, but who is the person I'm going to be doing, like, I'm going to be getting my hair done by.
Yeah.
You know, like, is she going to be, like, talkative? Is she weird? Is she, like, you know, like, cool? Like, you know what I mean?
What's
Just,
the
like,
vibe?
what's her personality?
Yeah. Am I going to mesh with this person?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like, interests. Like, just things like that. And I think that's a huge part of it. I think I think everybody who makes content, like, will say the same thing. Like, showing your personality on social media is a huge thing.
I think, though, you know, when I look at your page, there's a mix of, you're right, personal stuff, but also portfolio work.
Yeah.
So people can say, oh, wow, like, she does a good job on the actual service end. Here's the results of this girl wanted a sandy beach blonde suntan.
Suntan. Okay.
Well, I
Cute.
don't know. I don't know what you're right. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not in, but yeah. But
vanilla chocolate cupcake.
Oh, vanilla chocolate. Yeah, vanilla chocolate cupcake.
Swirl.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Perfect. But you can actually say, oh man, I can see that. So it's like,
Yeah.
if there's a 3-check process.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good quality service, good personal service, and price.
Yeah.
It's like if you get the 2,
Yeah.
most likely the 3rd can be wiggled around a bit, right?
Yeah.
They're more willing to if you have the 2 compared to if you're selling, okay, I know she does good work, but I don't really I don't really see this person. I don't see her personality. I don't really know what that's like. I'm going blind into that, like you were saying, you know, or vice versa is this person's really fun to be around. They're good, but also I'm not sure if I actually really trust them doing my hair.
Yeah.
Because I have to be seen with it. So that kind of starts to build this overall arching thing of her thing is hair, and she's got this personality that goes with it. There was something I've been told a while back, an important thing about sales, right? And essentially what you do is sales.
Yeah.
Right, if you think about it. But you have to remove any obscurity with what you do. So your purpose, your job as building your brand should be that when I think of hair, or when somebody else thinks of hair, they think of Olivia.
Yeah.
It's like that's the instant connection. They think of Olivia. And I mean, what you're doing is big, and you are a business, and you're a small business. Yeah. Do you think, I mean, there's so many businesses that have to be doing social media. Do you feel like everyone kind of has to be to survive in today's market?
Yeah, I think hairstylists do need to do social media at this point, because that's the thing. It's like there's so many hairstylists, and it's like, what differentiates you from the other stylists? What makes you different? You know, like, why should me as a client, why should I go to you versus this other person? You know?
Yeah.
I think presence on social media really does have a huge thing. I think especially now with like TikTok and Instagram, like you see all these like, you know, influencer stylists, you know, that everyone wants to go to. You know, it's like, why do they want to go to them? You know? Yeah. So I think really, and it's a difficult job. Like you go to work all day, you're with clients, you're doing hair and all that. And you also got to be recording all day too. And then you come home from work and you know what you got to do? Edit all the videos. Yeah. Which honestly, for me, I don't mind. I enjoy doing it. There's some people that don't though.
Yeah.
And that's where it can get a little, you know, but you know, I personally, I love to do it.
Have you been pretty successful in getting clients from your social media
presence? I've gotten a few.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm still working on. I'm trying to find my niche. I'm trying to grow with social media. It's not the easiest job.
No, absolutely not.
But, you know, consistency helps. Really posting hair transformations. Like I said, personalities, day at work, like a day in the life.
Yeah.
Those videos do really help. And I, like, when my clients come in, they're always like, oh, I love your videos. Like, I've been getting, like, literally a lot of my clients have been telling me how much they love the videos I'm posting.
Oh, that's funny.
And I know they're sending them to their other friends. And because I've been getting clients through my other clients.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good to hear, though.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It really is your Instagram or your social media. That's like your portfolio right there.
Yeah.
For getting clients, if you want a new job, right there, that is what they're going to go look at. They're going to see, you know, the hair you do, if you're good. They're going to see your personality, if, you know, they're going to see how you dress.
Yeah.
This is just all stuff.
Professionalism, how you hold yourself. Yeah.
You're just being stylish, too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no one wants to hire or no one wants to go to someone that's not stylish.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't go to a fitness instructor who's not in shape.
Who's fat.
Yeah. No, seriously.
No, you're right. Exactly. So that is... my social media is my portfolio.
How do you overcome the awkwardness? Because, I mean, this is new to you.
Right.
How do you overcome the awkwardness of seeing yourself on camera, recording your days, hearing your voice over camera? I mean, that's something that's been kind of weird as I go through this process. So how have you been doing that?
That's another thing too. That's been difficult for me too. It's something you got to get used to. And the more you do it, the more you're like, you're better at it. You know, when I first started doing it, I felt like very, very awkward. And you can this is what I have advice for people that are just getting started on their content too. Just start recording. You don't need to post it.
Yeah.
Just record it to get comfortable on camera. See what you look like. See what you're doing. You know, see what's cringy, what's not cringy. Just record yourself, watch it, delete it, and just keep doing it until you're like, you know what? This is cute. Like, this is good. And then post that. Yeah. And the more you post it, the more you do it, the more you get over that.
I do agree with that because, I mean, my friends back in high school, we would just make kind of like stupid videos.
Right.
And it was just internally we would share it, like, you know, our buddy Hank would be filming a bunch of stuff, us hanging around, doing stupid stuff, and then like make it into a video and then like send it out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, nobody was seeing it, but you're right. Just the being able to convey your personality on camera and just having that comfort of, hey, there's a little glass that's recording me and I'm gonna be able to see it, but nobody else has to see it.
Right, exactly.
Yet, you know?
Yeah.
But you also do have to get to the point where you get over that hump and you just kind of accept that it might be a little weird.
Yeah.
And you might have your friends seeing it pop up on their pages and that's gonna be what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's kind of with anything though, like the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, and the more you'll be able to do it, you know? Yeah. I think with your podcast, with me making content, my hairstyle, like me being a hairstylist, like just, I think it's everything. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's like anything. Have you, has social media helped with your transition from Boston down to Nashville?
I'm not going to lie. So for a little bit, I started making a lot of videos when I was in Boston. I was very comfortable doing it. And then once I moved to Nashville, you know, you kind of like, it's a lot. Moving's a lot. starting at a new salon or a new place of work, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you're the new person. It's like a little bit awkward. I'm not going to be like whipping out my camera right off the
Yeah, that's a
bat
good point.
and like making videos because I don't know, I'm the new person, you know? Like that's just, I'm kind of embarrassed about it.
Do you feel like the lens is a little bit more locked in on you and what you're doing?
Someone even told me, one of the stylists even said, like the first week I was there, like I did, no, like I did like a color or whatever, a client, and he was like, yeah, like, you know, we're all watching you, like, you know, this is like our baby. We just want to make sure, like, you know, you're doing it like a good job, blah, blah, blah. So like right then, and still to this day, they still watch me.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. Like I can feel it. I see it.
And I'm sure though too, part of it, you have to establish yourself as
Yeah.
a trustworthy person
Yep.
as far as you personally, but also your work. Hey, can we rely on Olivia? Is she just making all these videos and not actually getting her work done?
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly. And I think, I mean, once again, being a hairstylist, social media is a huge thing. Making content is a huge thing. And I think my bosses do love that I make videos. Like, that is something they really do love. So, and every time I post, they're always, like, cheering me on.
Yeah.
Which is really, really
and it's
great.
good because it's good branding for their business.
Absolutely,
You
yeah.
know? Let's talk about the transition a little bit more from Boston to Nashville, just kind of in general, outside of work. And obviously, we're both, you know, we grew up about an hour south of Boston. And
Yes.
you went up to Boston, and I kind of moved right down here.
Yeah.
What made you realize it was kind of time to leave Boston and try something new?
So I had been getting this itch for a really long time that I wanted to get out of Boston. I don't know what it was. I just had this itch inside me that I wanted to try something new. And because I wasn't in love with my life at the time too. So I just knew I wanted to try something different. I actually am a person that likes change, which I think is kind of rare. But I do like change. I do like switching things up a bit. So yeah.
What is it about the change that you're...
I just like trying different things. I like new things. It kind of excites me. It's like that, like, you know, nervous excitement, you know?
Do you like the challenge that comes with it, or
I
just
guess I like the challenge. I don't know. I like meeting new people. I like just trying new areas. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's my ADHD. It's that dopamine hit, but
Might be.
I was just craving. I was like, I felt stuck in Boston. I just
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. Like, I need a change. I need to change it up. So yeah, I mean, I was like, let's go to Nashville, you know? And I had visited here a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You know, I visit you, I visit my
exactly.
friend, and it was a place I've always was like, oh, like I could see myself being here. I'm a city person. I always have to move to another city. Like
Yeah.
I was to be in the city. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely different than Boston.
Oh, for sure.
So it's something I'm still kind of getting used to. Not in a negative way though, just in a different way. But yeah, no, it's been an adventure.
Yeah. What were you most nervous about moving down here? And has any of that stuff kind of been rightfully so?
Well, I was nervous about like moving to a new city. I've never lived in another state before. I grew up in Mass, lived in Mass my whole life. Like that's what I was mostly nervous about, like the culture change, because I knew it was going to be kind of different. I was nervous about the different kinds of people. I was different about starting work at a new place, where I was going to live, you know, just kind of all these things. I was nervous about everything.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like everything kind of has worked. Obviously, starting at a new job always sucks. Being a new person sucks.
Yeah.
But like now, I'm pretty like comfortable. I really like the people I work with. You know,
Yeah.
like they really have accepted me, and like you know they're super nice to me, and I do feel very good there and confident. I like the place where I'm living. You know. I like that I can come visit you all the time and see you all the time, and my other friend and my friend that also lives here as well.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always like things to do. I think it's fun, you know, exploring a new city.
Yeah, and I will say, from someone who moved down with a very close friend, like when I was, you know, as you're making that move, having people that are already there that you know, that you can kind of build on together a bit. Or at least you have some kind of outlet where at least I'm not totally alone right from the get-go.
Right.
I think there's benefits to that.
Right.
And I think that's a very hard thing, and a lot of people do it and do it very successfully. But it's harder on the mind to go when you don't know anybody at all.
Yeah.
You're starting completely from scratch,
Yeah.
and you're just trying to start from the beginning.
That can be very lonely.
Yeah.
That can be.
So just having that little bit of help.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think that's another huge reason I decided to move to Nashville.
Yeah.
Because, I already did know some people here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, like, I do get homesick sometimes, and I
Yeah.
miss Boston a lot. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm happy I'm here. I feel like I'm here for a reason,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of just going with the flow and see where it takes me.
What has this move done as far as the reset of your personal identity?
Well, now that I'm here, it's like I really can be the person. Like, no one knows me here, Like,
Yeah.
I'm starting fresh. So I can, be who I want to be. I can choose the friends I want to be friends with, you know? I think this comes with an age thing, too. I think when you're younger, you want so many friends. You want to hang out with everyone, blah, blah, blah. Like, now that I'm 28, I have some really great friends. The friends I have, I love them. They're my besties.
Yeah.
But I'm very cautious about the people I let into my life because I don't really care to have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I don't. I would love to have friends, but I'm cautious about who I'm friends with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is a getting older thing.
Yeah.
Especially because you realize you only have a certain amount of time every day.
Yeah.
And why would you want to spend time with people that you don't really want to spend time with?
I used to, when I was in Boston, when I was younger, even in college too, I was going out with different people all the time, and like, that's the thing. They were good party friends.
Yeah.
Not good, genuine friends.
Yeah.
And that really did. The older I got, I would lose more and more friends because you really start seeing people's true colors.
Yeah.
If they're actually there for you, if they're actually good friends.
Have you heard about the Chris Williamson has this idea of the lonely chapter? Have you heard of this?
No.
Basically, it's as you kind of progress and you start to realize maybe there's some things that you want to do more and you want to pursue kind of a higher calling or whatever it might be, you start to find this place where you start to outgrow your old friends, but you're not yet in the place where you've found the new friends that fit into this new mold. So you kind of are at this crossroads where you don't really have many people that are there. So it's kind of like this lonely chapter of your life where you're not quite where you want to be, but also trying to be beyond, you're leaving behind old friends, old habits, things like that. So it kind of sounds like that might be a little bit in your plate right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that you've been doing heavily is this keto diet.
Yes. You
want to explain a little bit about what you're doing?
Yeah. So this is my second time doing the keto diet. I do this keto diet. It's low carbs, no sugar. I am someone that struggles with a lot of anxiety and brain fog and other health issues. And I would eat everything. I love to eat.
Yeah.
I love
from the time we were kids.
I love to eat. And I am the kind of person too, like, I can't waste food. Like, I'll eat everything. And I have the biggest sweet tooth. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest. I hit a point, growing up, I was always super skinny. Like, I could eat anything and I couldn't gain weight. I turned 25, hit my second wave of puberty.
That you're counting on I'm going to have, but...
You probably will. It just hasn't
see.
hit you. It's probably slowly happening. You just don't realize it.
I mean, we're 3 months into my 25.
Okay, that's only 3 months.
Yeah.
You'll see.
All right.
Because when I turned 25, I gained a lot of weight.
Okay.
I did.
All right, we'll see.
Everything, it just started catching up with me. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was because my metabolism slowed down. Because I felt like I was eating and drinking the same amount I always have. But 25, I started gaining the weight. And I hit a point. I hit the heaviest I ever was, and I hated myself. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way clothes looked on me. I just felt so just gross. So I came across the keto diet, And I like did research about it too. Like that wasn't just like doing this to lose weight, but like it was really good for like people with anxiety. I struggled tremendously with like really bad anxiety. And just even, I wouldn't say depression, but I get waves of depression, you know, especially in the winter. So I just wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel good and I wanted to look good. So I did research on the keto diet, which was low carbs, no sugar. And I started to just strictly eat like that. I started this last year. I started to strictly eat like that. I started losing a lot of weight. It just started like shedding off of me. And like, I looked really good. I felt really good. Like my brain felt so clear. I felt like I didn't have anxiety. I like someone who has anxiety every single day. Like I felt like it was just like taken away from me.
Yeah.
It was so great, you know? And then even when you're in it, you don't realize how much that diet actually changes you. So then once I moved, I kind of fell back into old habits. I was going through a stressful time. I'm a stress eater, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just started eating everything just to feel good. And I started, once again, I fell back into old habits. I was gaining the weight again. I was getting anxiety again. I just wasn't feeling good. So I finally forced myself to start the diet up again. It's a hard diet to start.
Yeah.
Because you're cutting out like the best things, bread, pasta, any kind of sweets. Like
any of the sugar. That's the tough.
That's hard. Sugar's like heroin.
Sugar is a drug. Yeah.
It's a drug. You are addicted to it. Like there were some days I'm like, oh my God, like I'm having withdrawals. I am craving it. I feel like an addict. You know, like. Yeah. But anyways, you push through those days, and I've been on the keto diet for now maybe a month. Once again, I'm feeling really good. The anxiety has left my body. I feel like I can focus. No, I know it sounds like crazy, but I feel like I can like focus on myself. I feel like even talking to people, like I just feel like every day I'm just like, I'm able to talk to people and just, you know, be happy. And I once again started losing weight. I look good. Therefore, I feel good. That's like a cycle. You know, you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you look good.
Yeah. And what I've also noticed too is once you get in the habit of doing one thing, such as this diet, it's like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So personally, if I'm eating well, then I feel better. I have more energy. So then I'm doing more physical activity.
Yeah.
Right? So then I'm feeling good. And then I'm sleeping better, right? Because I'm eating well, I'm getting more physical activity. And then I'm sleeping better. I'm waking up feeling better. And then when I feel better again, and that, you know, after waking up, I'm not going to try to refuel my body with stuff that's going to make me feel like crap.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to try to have those big glucose spikes, eating a lot of carbs, eating a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
And you want to eat better. So then you're going to eat, and you just have that cycle over and over again. And yeah, the sugar is like, that is that's why kids are addicted to sugar. Like once you get that taste in your mouth, you just want to have that. Yeah. And I've noticed even, I don't go to the extreme of what your diet is, but just even not having like processed sugars, not having that taste in your mouth, it's funny when you just kind of lose it and you don't really think about it.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird chemical change that's happening because it really is an addiction to that sugary taste.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, exactly. Like not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, I was still trying to get out of, you know, wanting sugar. I was craving crumble cookies. I love crumble cookies. That's probably the worst thing you can eat too. Like that is just like has like 1,000 grams of sugar.
And like 1,000 calories in a cookie.
No,
and
literally.
The cookie's like this big.
I used to get, I would get like the 6-pack. Because I would have to try all the cookies of the month or the week. And I, of course, would just like, I would eat them all. Not in the same night.
I would hope not. You'd have your caloric intake for like the week. Jeez.
But that's something like I loved. Man. So I remember I was craving crumble not too long ago, and I pushed her, and I was like, I'm going to be stronger. You know what I tell myself, too? I'm like, imagine crumble's heroin. Like, you're craving heroin. No, seriously. That's because it's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my God. That's when I take a step back, and I'm like, I'm an addict.
Yeah.
Like, we're us people. That's the thing. It's like sugar. It is a drug, but it's like a normalized drug.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
But anyways, get it out of your system. You'll feel 10 times better. That's what I did. And another thing I want to add to that too, and I think that has to do with me posting on social media and stuff. You have this anxiety to posting on social media because like you're worried about what people are gonna say about you and what they're gonna think about you and do I look good, and you have all this anxiety. You have a million things going through your head. I started posting literally after I started the keto because I didn't have that anxiety anymore. I was like, I'm gonna post what I want. I just didn't care. I'm like, you stop caring. You're like, I don't care if this is a flop. Like, I'm out here posting, you know? Like, that's all that matters.
Yeah, so you're getting that confidence from feeling good.
You're getting that confidence, yeah.
Do you feel like part of the need to look good with, as a result of this diet?
Yes.
Being in the...
100%. No, let me tell you something, too.
You didn't even hear what I had to finish.
I know what you have to say, though. I think when no one wants to be fat on camera. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. That's why I didn't even want to record myself. I was like, ugh, I'm fat and ugly. And like, who wants to watch this fat, ugly bitch on camera? Like, no, seriously. So that's the thing. I started losing weight. And that's the thing. I'm like, you know what? I feel good enough to like record myself. And the more I watch myself, I'm like, I'm still too fat. Let me keep, pushing myself to lose more weight. Mm-hmm. And the more weight I lose, the better I feel because the better I look. And now I'm really at a point where I'm like, yes, I'm skinny on camera. Like, I'm okay with being posted now. That might offend some people. I don't really care. Being fat's not like a good thing. Sorry.
Do you think women are viewed kind of unfairly based upon their body image, or do you think that, there's standards of health and maybe some people just take that to extremes, but we still need to have those standards?
I don't think it's necessarily like women. That's the thing. I think people in general should take care of themselves, should look healthy, should be in shape. Now, I'm not saying go get Botox, go get fillers, plastic surgery done. You don't have to do that. Really just just be in shape, take care of yourself, drink a lot of water, eat healthy. Mm-hmm. I think that alone will change the way you look and feel too. But I don't like that people try to normalize obesity and being overweight. Yeah. It's not normal. Yeah. It's not. And at the end of the day, really, as much as it would be nice to, love yourself and, this is who you are, at the end of the day, people are judging you based off how you look.
Yeah. And I think that realization has occurred. I mean, you think about, I don't know, what was it? 6 years ago? Something like that? 5 years ago, maybe, even? And the whole big societal push on body positivity. Yeah. You're okay with who you are. You're okay to be, if you're overweight, that's like, you should be proud of yourself, happy with who you are. Now that, what are they called? GLP-1s? Ozempic. Now that everybody can be skinny, everybody is. That's been completely thrown out the window.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I think Ozempic is laziness.
Well, yeah, but it's effective.
It is effective.
And now, but the thing is, it's laziness. Sure, I think a lot of people that were formerly fat or overweight individuals that lost the weight by putting in the hard work, I think they get annoyed at the current, reputation of that. But also, is that worth the trade-off? Like, we don't want these people to be overweight, putting more stress on their organs, putting more stress on their joints. Right. Like, would we rather have that trade-off? I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thing as far as image-wise, mentally. I don't know what the side effects are of these GLP-1s, but as far as, hey, you have less stress on your body, is that a good thing?
Yeah, no, it's when you really, the fact that people are trying to normalize obesity and like that is not normal. Yeah. That's not healthy.
I also want to say though, I think a lot of people think, well, like you're hating on fat people.
It's not like that.
If I met someone who's overweight, it's not like I'm going to be mean to them, right? There's one thing about like being concerned for their health and saying this is not, but it's not like the whole message on the counter was supposed to be, we don't like these people. these people are less valuable, or like, it's just, we need our society in general to be healthy.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the image. I think a lot of people get mixed up in
too.
this like war of like, what side are you on?
Right. Well, that's because people take things so personally.
Yeah.
And it's actually not that personal.
Yeah.
It really is. It's not, we don't hate you because you're fat.
Yeah.
But like, you need to like, we just are concerned about you.
Yeah.
Especially, what about when you hear about like on an airplane, how these fat people, like, they should be buying 2 seats because it's not fair that they're so big that their fat is oozing over into the next seat, getting on someone else. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Their fat is oozing out on someone else. Yeah, I mean, that's a lovely way to put it. But sure. But I mean, I think just in general, it is good to see there is a shift in the ideas that, hey, we need people to be healthier.
Yeah.
Right. I think, though, as you started bringing up, there is a problem of, let's take this to the extreme. As always, right?
Right.
I'm going to start getting Botox at 22.
Yeah.
I'm going to start getting fillers because I want this to be like, look, some of the way you look, you can't change.
Yeah.
Right? Some of it's just how you're born, right? What's God given to you? Okay. And some people are going to be more conventionally attractive, in some features than other people. And that's just how you're born. But that shouldn't mean that you can't help yourself out by adhering to good dieting, adhering to good fitness routine, and like put in the work if that's your concern. Why do we try to take the shortcuts?
Here's the thing about like all this, new Botox and filler stuff going on. I do truly feel like everyone is beautiful for who they are. Mm-hmm. Really. Mm. I mean, as long as like, they take care of themselves. Okay. I feel like nowadays everybody, it's a trend. It's a trend to get Botox. It's a trend, which I'm not against Botox. I feel like Botox can be okay, but it's more a trend to get filler, plastic surgery. Everyone's looking the same these days. Yeah. Everyone's looking the same. Also, it's coming out too. Like research is done. Filler, especially at such a young age, it's not good for you.
Oh, not at all.
It's really bad for you. Yeah. And like you're getting this pillow face. Yeah. And all these celebrities getting this. Kylie Jenner. Okay. She got a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So she can do all the filler, get it removed, have all that flappy skin, and then get a facelift. I'm pretty sure she just got a facelift. Yeah. She's my age.
And have the best doctors in the world. Like the best people in the world.
Exactly.
On top of, and I'm also sure she's probably eating the highest quality food. Yeah. The highest quality, she has the highest quality beautician team outside of her getting filler. Yeah. So it's not, you can't compare yourself apples to apples with that.
Exactly. Like, but do you ever see these like actresses and like, rocks or stars and stuff from like the 90s, early 2000s? They're all so beautiful in like a unique way. Yeah. They don't look the same. You're right. They're all so beautiful in their own way. Mm-hmm. And I just like, and nowadays everyone is getting the same exact stuff. Big lips, like nose is done, like everything. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like we're losing that uniqueness. Yeah. Which is, just embrace your natural beauty,
Yeah. And again, like I said, just control the things you can control.
Mm-hmm, exactly. That's the thing. If you start eating well, drinking a lot of water, you will naturally, on your own, look good. Yeah. Period. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. Embrace the features you have. Like, do I love the features I have? No. I embrace them though, and can I be honest with you? I'm happy. I like them more now that everyone else is getting their stuff done. Mm-hmm. It makes me feel more unique. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have insecurities. Everyone's gonna have things that they wish they could change.
That's normal, and I feel like everyone. Yeah, you're right. Everyone does have that stuff, but it's like at the end of the day, that's what makes us us. You know.
True. That's true.
God made us this way for a reason.
Okay. Let's just. We'll kind of wind it in here. As far as, you've had some pretty big life decisions that you've been making throughout your 20s, right? Yeah. When you think about those moments that you're making these decisions, what are you kind of prioritizing? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about, is it happiness? Is it security? Is it growth? Is it money? What is it that you're saying, I'm making this decision for X, Y, and Z?
Well, if I'm going to be honest,
Okay.
this is where we're kind of different. I think this way. I always make decisions based off what's going to make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sometimes, maybe getting a little older, I'm starting to make decisions for what's best for me, like my stability wise. Always in my 20s, though, I was always making decisions what makes me happy. I'm going to do the things I love. Because guess what? One day I'm going to be old and I'm going to die. And I'm going to want to look back at these things I did, especially in my 20s. You're 20. This is the time to do it.
Yeah,
do the things that make you happy, that like excite you. You know, because then when you're older, you're going to have these stories and things to talk about and tell. You can't put a price on experience. You can't. And you just experience as much as you can when you're young.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there was a moment that, I was going through something, a couple of years ago, maybe, and I was on the phone with a friend, and I said something like, yeah, I'm thinking about this, but I just want to think about, like, maybe in the short term, like, my short-term happiness will be good, but, like, maybe in the long term, like, my long-term happiness, like, jeopardize my long-term happiness. And he was like, bro, what do you talk about your long-term happiness? Like, if you're not happy right now, take this with a grain of salt. There's some things that you have to just do to set up the long term. You can't throw everything off the table. But for the most part, if you're not happy, like, the short term is really just, or I should say, sorry, the long term is really just the short-term happiness that's in the future. Like, it's a weird, I know it sounds redundant saying that, but it's really just, it's always about the short-term happiness.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going with something that's like really making you happy in that moment, you're not going to get to that long term. So yeah, you should be chasing that short term, think about the short term, not so much on the long term, because if you don't get to through the short term, you won't end up to that long term. So that's big. As far as you, what does the next 2 to 5 years looking like for you?
I think right now I just want to build and then just keep building my clientele of this current salon I'm at and just making more content, kind of see where that goes. Eventually, I think I would love to work just for myself and just be my own boss. I think that's kind of anyone's dream, because who likes working under someone, but
Working for the man.
Exactly. But no, as of right now, I really am. I love the place I'm at right now, and I do feel like I'm slowly but surely growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And if people wanted to, you were mentioning your social medias, if people wanted to follow along with your journey, your stuff, your content, where should they go for that?
Go to Olivia Rose Stylist on Instagram. I'm still currently working on my TikTok, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's nice having the oldest guest of the podcast so far.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
The most blood-related guest to the podcast.
True.
Actually, the only blood-related guest to the podcast.
God, it's like the only blood-related, the oldest, the one that dropped out of college. I feel like I'm very different than all your other.
A lot of firsts in this episode.
Yes.
A lot of firsts in this episode.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on.